Hello everybody and welcome back to Odin's Movie Blog. I am the critic who is a cynic. Hope you're doing well. And today we're talking about, once again, Hollywood being completely out of ideas. So not only are we going to talk about this reboot plan for the Power Rangers once again, but also we'll be talking about The Lion King and how it continues to have very, very poor scores, even though the film has not had a wide release as of yet. So first story here comes from our friends over in Bounding Into Comics, where it tells us that Power Rangers is to be rebooted once again with a brand new cast. Now, if I can say any of the things about the rebooted version in 2017, the cast was not the main problem. The cast actually, for the most part, was pretty good. As you all know, I am a very, very big fan of Naomi Scott, and I thought that she did a fine job as Kimberly in the movie as the Pink Ranger. And obviously, Dacre, I think is what you maybe how you pronounce his name, Montgomery, who was also very well, I would say probably more known for his part in Stranger Things seasons 2 and 3. As you can see pictured up there, was also in there as the lead, with the Red being the Red Ranger there. But I will say this much, the cast was not the problem. The problem with the film was Rita Repulsa, who was played terribly and way too hammy by another actor in Hollywood who is trying to push the woke narrative, being the head of the brand new Charlie's Angels franchise, which again, nobody was asking for anyone to reboot. But with all that being said, it was also a film that had very, very bad writing and pretty subpar visual effects. And on top of that, no one was really asking for this type of film. Even the mainstream movies that were released, including the one that I remember from the 90s from the original Power Rangers franchise, even that one was not necessarily a good movie. It was campy and it was fun, but looking back on it, you easily think to yourself, okay, it wasn't a good movie though. I'm not going to defend it as being a good movie. This film was not a good movie and didn't have that same fun element to it, and so it had no life to it, which explains why it didn't really do well at the box office, and actually did so poorly that they had to sell off the rights to this, to the Power Rangers, to Hasbro. That's right, Hasbro now has the right because Saban had to, because they did not make money and they lost a lot of money on this movie reboot. But now Hasbro apparently has plans to reboot it as well, with a more focus being on toys. Now obviously Hasbro being a toy company, this makes a lot of sense, but I'm just so sick and tired of it. When will they get it? Will losing money at the box office not make it clear to the idiots in Hollywood that we are tired of them rebooting and refranchising and recasting every single damn property that's already existed for a long time? I mean, the Power Rangers have been around for an excessively long time, not just even the United States, but even prior to it coming over to the United States in the 90s. This is a show that has been around. This is a concept that's been around for a long time. Why can't they just make new concepts? Why can't they build new franchises? Oh, wait, that's right, because they don't have the confidence in their writers, because they don't have the confidence in themselves to be able to do so and be able to make any money off of it. They would rather take a franchise that has made money in the past and ruin it, or make it woke and decide, okay, this is how we're going to make our money back. And sometimes they're successful. For example, with The Lion King. I think The Lion King, I mean, very, very clearly made by its pretty decent success overseas so far, because it has been released in certain areas. The fact that this film likely is going to get at least close to $1 billion. I mean, Aladdin made close to $1 billion. Why wouldn't this film, especially with names like Beyonce to attach to it, even though I don't really care about those names, because at the end of the day, Beyonce is a, talentless hack in my own personal opinion, and I don't understand why so many people like her in the first place. But the fact that she's attached to this film, and because her name has recognition, and because there are people that are fans of hers, they're going to go out and support this film no matter what, no matter if it's good or bad. And according to Rotten Tomatoes critics, which are normally not the best barometer as far as whether a film is good or not, they think this movie is terrible. When you go also to other, non-professional critics, people who just give their reviews and their opinions on YouTube, for example, they're not liking it all that much either. Again, two people that I trust very, very great deal, Chris Stuckman and Jeremy Johns, both did not like this movie, and I can totally understand why. Apparently, this is a film that's soulless. And how do I know it's soulless? Well, it's rebooting a franchise that did not need to be rebooted. It's rebooting a film that did not need to have a new version of it, and also, it's claiming to be live action when in reality, it's completely CGI. They can have the most brilliant, breathtaking CGI ever used. The problem, though, is that especially with a film like this, the whole concept is that you have in the cartoon version animals on screen that can convey emotion. Real life animals cannot do that. Real life animals cannot convey emotion in the same way that cartoons can. And so they spent so much time and money focusing on how to make them hyper realistic. But in reality, if you're trying to do that, but you're having voice actors give emotion and convey emotion, and the face does not match up to what's being said, that is not going to go over well with fans. That is not going to go over well with general audiences, in general, for lack of a better term. And it really is just getting to the point now where Hollywood needs to start getting its head out of its ass and start to actually do something new. Could you, like, seriously imagine a world where they decided to actually create a brand new concept and build a brand new franchise? Wouldn't that be great? John Wick is a great example of that. That started back in 2014, and look at what they've been able to do with that franchise since then. They've been able to build it from the ground up, and all they needed was a great actor that was committed to the project, good writers that were going to try and listen to the fans and give them as much of what they promised as possible, and that's all you need. Sure, that film's not making $1 billion, but seeing that does not cost nearly as much to make a film like that as it does to make something like The Lion King, it shows you that you don't need to spend an arm and a leg in order to make a giant profit. The lower budget horror films are a great example of this. The fact that you can spend $5 to $10 million on a movie and still make a gigantic profit compared to what you invested in the film is proof positive of that. When will Hollywood finally stop? When will Hollywood finally learn its lesson? Oh wait, that's right. Once these films start to bomb. As I mentioned before, Aladdin is making a crap ton of money. Lion King will likely make a crap ton of money. Power Rangers, for some reason, I don't know why that flop was not an indication that people don't want that franchise. Again, Elizabeth Banks playing Rita Repulsa was pretty damn awful because Elizabeth Banks, sure, she might be funny in certain movies, but dear Lord, did that show us that she also has a really, really, really bad side to her as well. This shows very clearly, though, that until we, as audience members, until we as a general audience start to actually do something about it and start to actually resist these films, not financially support them, and instead save our money for something else, for films like John Wick, for films that are actually original, for films that are actually going to listen to audience members, that are going to give us the things that we're looking to see, that we actually want to pay money to see, they're not going to change. So again, I feel like I'm on my high horse. I feel like I am just preaching to the skies, and I don't know how many people are hearing me. Stop supporting these movies. Stop supporting these mainstream Hollywood elites. Stop supporting these giant studios like Disney, because until you stop and until a lot of people join us in stopping the support of these franchises and the support of these studios, they will never change. Until they're starting to lose money on every single project that they try and pull this crap with, they are going to continue to do the same thing over and over and over again. And I know a lot of y'all are upset with the 007 news. I know that a lot of y'all are upset with the Little Mermaid news. I know that a lot of y'all are upset with all of this news. But guess what? The anger and frustration that we're showing now and the resistance we might be able to show to one movie is not going to be enough. It's got to be all or nothing. And I don't know about you, but I'm on that all or nothing train. Will you join me? Do you want to have good movies in Hollywood again? Do you want them to focus on new and original stories? This is the only path forward, because if they continue to make money off of these soulless reboots like The Lion King or like what's going to be coming of the Power Rangers, again, I think that the Power Rangers movie that they already released in 2017 was pretty soulless because no one was asking for it. Could you only imagine what the Hasbro version of that's going to be? Guarantee you it's not going to be much better, but will you join me? Or will you continue to support this never-ending system and continue to get non-stop, soulless reboots? I would love to hear your thoughts about this and all the things I talked about in the video today. Guys, if you like this video, smash the like button, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe. It helps me out a lot. You are all amazing, beautiful people. Also, if you are shopping today on Prime Day, so again, obviously today, Monday, and Tuesday of this week, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get access to a lot of great deals going on right now, including getting a Fire Stick for $15, which may be sold out, but obviously they could, they could easily get more of that product, but the 4K stick version of it is actually only available for $25. And if you, like me, want to start watching movies and not financially supporting them, allegedly, of course, the Fire Stick is an excellent way to do so. So please check out the links in the description below. Even if you're just shopping for something else other than Fire Sticks, check my affiliate link because it helps me out a lot. You help the channel by shopping by using my link. But also, if you want to have access to these deals and you don't have Amazon Prime and you want to have a free trial, click on the link in the description. You'll find that there's a 30-day free trial that you can get by clicking on my link. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. Have a wonderful day. And as always, God bless.